Hello, my name is Jamie Collins, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing Alex Holroyd. Today we will be looking at what Young Life is, how it works, and what impact it has on the community. As the Young Life Area Director, Holroyd is involved in a large number of Young Life events and activities. Young Life is an organization whose mission is introducing adolescents to Jesus Christ and helping them grow in their faith. Holroyd helps impact the community through the Young Life organization and by setting up fundraisers, special events, and outreaching to get others in the community involved. Can you tell me, in general, what Young Life is?
Yeah, so Young Life, sometimes when people think of Young Life, they used to think like a youth group, which is okay, but would be a very bad youth group. Actually, the best way to think of Young Life is missionaries. And so Young Life started back in 1941, and it was a guy named Jim Rayburn who a pastor kind of told him, hey, I know kids at my church. I don't want you to worry about that. I just want you to go over to that high school and figure out how to impact and how to reach kids. And so from the very beginning, we've always been missionaries. And so Young Life is going, hey, we want to go and introduce kids to Jesus and help them grow in their faith. And we want to do it in a way where it says in John 1:14, the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, that God would come and meet us where we are. And so we want to go and meet kids where they're at. So we don't really think about bringing them to our thing as much as we want to go to the school, we want to go to their sporting events, we want to go and serve the school, and by getting to meet kids on their turf.
How many active groups are there?
So in Young Life, there's this umbrella of where adolescence covers middle school, high school, and college. And then in that, we've realized we wanted to start things like Capernaum, which is for kids with special needs. So that'd be a separate ministry. It's Young Life, but it's just Young Life for kids with special needs. So we have 19 high schools that we're in. So it'd be 19 groups there. And then you have Young Lives, which is for teen moms. So it's the same thing as Young Life, only it's concentrated just for teen moms.
Does the organization raise money? And if so, how?
Young Life is completely funded by each area. So Young Life will have a group of adults called Committee. They're kind of the backbone of Young Life. They're the ones who are raising the flag going, hey, we want leaders in the high schools. We want leaders in high school kids' lives or teen moms' lives. And so they partner with the staff, who could be an area director, to help raise the funds to have a staff person who would oversee the area and train leaders and meet with administration to get to kind of help Young Life start up in that area. So we'll do banquets where we get to kind of share that vision up front. Staff will raise personal support, kind of like a missionary would if they were to go overseas. We'll do kind of some fundraisers that could be like a golf tournament, a clay shoot, a trivia night, things that kind of just invite people in to kind of raise some funds. Volunteer leaders and volunteer committee are the backbone of Young Life. We couldn't do this without people who are volunteering time to do this, and so we've been fortunate. My job is an associate regional director, so I kind of am the co-pilot with our regional director, who will take on overseeing and supervising the staff, the area directors of those areas. So there'll be about 11 to 12 areas that I kind of come, and I think of in 3 categories. I'm trying to either just care for them, going and being like, hey, how can I help? How are you guys doing? Maybe help develop them. Maybe some things that are going, hey, I need some help when it comes to thinking through recruiting leaders, or just a situation with a high school kid I'm walking through that could be hard, could be help me with. So how do I help develop them and develop their gifts? Then how do I help lead them? How do I help them think through their area to kind of be this resource to kind of walk alongside them.
How would you say that Young Life has had an impact on the community?
Adolescents, they're just hurting, and they're okay with pushing parents aside. Basically going hey, there's a lot of stuff that people are just struggling with processing. And parents or adults at the time probably used to be a safe spot maybe 15, 20 years ago. Now it just feels like you're always having to perform for an adult. So whether it's I gotta get my grades up for this teacher, or I gotta play better for this coach, they don't care what's really going on. They just want to make sure I'm performing to some level. I think this idea of, hey, you belong before you believe. And so it's if you come to Young Life and you never once believe in Jesus, it's great. obviously our heart is we want to introduce you to this God. It doesn't change our reaction. Like, you're still a part of this.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for interviewing and giving all those great answers.
Yeah,
I really
no, thanks for
appreciate it.
getting to tell the story more. Appreciate it.